Knife round here going live. Cypher vs Alpha Sydney map. 1 of 2 we'll have tonight here on Cobblestone.
Yeah, so knife round underway here. This will determine what side the winning team wants to play on, in which comes of great importance. I mean, you alluded to before how CT side is preferred. T side as well, just as dominant in the sense that you can get off to a really good start, but it's going to really depend on the playstyles of each of these teams. And as these little slashes come through, it looks as though Cypher's in a good spot here to lead. I mean, this choke point, quite notorious for its close encounters, but really only mere seconds away or minutes away from what we know to be the decider of the sides.
Please be a run boost. Oh man, I was really hoping that was going to be a run boost. That would be creative and fun, but these guys have an hour to play out the knife round. I really hope they don't use it, because I really don't want to cast a knife round for the next 60 minutes, but now there's kills coming through, and I was about to say Aries the only one remaining, but we'll go down, and after a bit of a wait, bit of anticipation, Cypher will pick themselves up the knife round, and they'll be able to switch, they'll be able to choose, which side they want to take, and it looks like they will be taking this CT side to start with.
Yeah, so definitely nothing wrong with that pick whatsoever. It's a good chance for Cypher to get their aim on point, perhaps limber up a little bit on those defenses, really get those USPSs flicking, and really, it's really going to just depend on this first pistol round. Couple bits of utility being come out of, I believe, Ghost, which I believe his name is actually Noobster as well, so whatever you decide to, we decide to call him, that is him, Ghost or Noobster, but as I say that, dual Berettas on 2 of the players. That's quite interesting to see.
Yeah, that is indeed Noobster. I can confirm that. I've just had a cheeky investigate of the old Steam profile there, so that is Noobster. So we'll try and remember that one. That's a nice grenade I'll drop as well. Mswag and Demo both down to sub 70 HP. Mswag left just on 52, Demo a bit higher at 65, but a good advantage here. I'd also like to point out, this is not standard. 2 pairs of dual Berettas in drop. That is 2 players and 4 guns, and that is way too many guns in drop. If the T's go there, they're either going to get the kills, it's going to be boring, or what I hope is going to happen, Prak and Noobster are going to pick up all of the kills, every single one of them, with the dual Berettas, and it's going to be option, a little bit of option A, a little bit of option B. Dual Berettas get 1 frag and go down, but AJK looking to finish up what his team's done. Kronos trying to rotate there, getting shot in the back. And I believe this is Buster's found himself a pair of those dual Berettas, and with the spray aiming at the waistline, as you do when you're a professional dual Berettas user, takes down 1, and then AJK now with it all to do. Jumping through that drop window, we'll find Buster, but we'll go down to Aries shortly afterwards. So the double dual Berettas, the dual Julies, I guess, not really working out for the CT side, and Alpha Sydney will take the first round.
Yeah, you're right. Not quite working out there for Team Cypher, but what was so effective about that strategy shown from Alpha Sydney was the main attack wasn't even the drop zone. It was actually A long in which the bomb got taken. So when you're winning those one-in-one engagements, and then on top of that, providing a fake for your team, it just works wonders for your team, and you can see that represented so well with Alpha Sydney picking up that first round. Eco now on the side of Cypher, that bit of armor, bit of pistols, but really great advantage here in terms of economical or economy here for Alpha Sydney.
Absolutely, and this actually looks a bit like the Virtus Pro default on Cobble, with that one player boosted up towards E on the right-hand side, there up on the box, with a player next to him support, bomb there behind him, and the remainder over towards A. This is I'm not going to say they took it from Virtus Pro, because, you know, there's no one way of playing Counter-Strike and everyone does similar things, but that's what it reminds me of, so there you go. Bomb it looking like it's going to move back out of B, actually. They were waiting for that initial pick, hoping someone would get antsy with a pistol and push B long. No one's going to do it, and that means Alpha Sydney will go over towards that A site with the bomb. They've already got a couple players up in A long, looking to push through the halls and get out towards that site, and there's actually no one there. If we have a look at the map, every single Cypher player is in the B side of connector and further. It looks like Kronos is going to be the first one to figure it out, actually coming back through here, but he's about to have a whole lot of bullets coming his way. And this is, I suspect, going to be quite a nasty way to discover that the T's are going to be taking A. Looks like he might have found it out now as his teammates are on the way, but only pistols here. Surely Alpha City will be getting in here and cleaning this one up in the next 30 seconds or so.
Absolutely. Surely as Cybe does manage to get that first pick onto Kronos, so great stuff from them. Really showing their intuition really well there, just resorting to the A site where no CTs could be defending, and really that's resulted in Cypher just running away with what they can, armors and pistol in hand, so definitely worth keeping these weapons at least into the next round. We know they won't be able to afford it, so if they can keep any sort of extra advantage, $5,000 worth on each on Team Cypher as opposed to Alpha Sydney's 17,000. So They need to hold on to what they can. At least not to perhaps give them the winning chance next round, but to do as much damage as possible.
Absolutely, and that's going to be the goal here. There's a couple of equals, one AK, there might be a few more if they decide to upgrade the next round as Alpha City guys. Those rifles will be the goal here for Cypher. If they can't get the round win, they will at least want to steal a rifle or two so they can use them later on. So this round, really looking at their money, they have nothing. They can keep what they save, but they can't really afford to buy anything else if they want to be able to buy in the round following this one. So I'm guessing they're just going to maybe stack somewhere, go for a damage play here, and it looks like all 5 players will almost. It's going to be Kronos soloing mid with a USP. The rest of his teammates with the upgraded pistols will head over towards that B site, looking to do damage, looking to take a rifle away if at all they can. And indeed, for now, they might have a chance. But again, this default out of Alpha Sydney, very standard, just getting a player over, boosting up on the side, playing a bit of a deeper anti-flash position if they want to. They can move to their right and not get blind. Aries down on the ground next to Cyb, who is boosted up, just daring one of these CTs to push. They want this to happen. They can pick up the kills. Aries can just bait them all the way into Cyb, and that'll be the end of them. But Cypher, for their part, are not pushing for now. They're waiting this one out. They want to play the close range angles if they can. They don't want to move into a situation that will be unfavorable for them. And for now, that is indeed the right call here, as Alpha Sydney just waiting for an early pick, and with nothing having happened, as I say, that Cyb gets one, of course. The moment I mention anything, a kill goes down. But apart from that one, not really too much happening here, and actually no damage on the Alpha Sydney side yet, despite the fact that they've found themselves a kill.
Yeah, so same setup being shown from Alpha Sydney. Cypher, a little bit puzzled as to what they're up to here. I mean, they pushed through that B area. They got absolutely denied of entry there, as the execute does come underway onto the B bomb site. Noobster a little bit left out of position here, having to rotate back. The flash will come through. Peaks coming out of Prackham unsuccessfully, so as Buster does get the frag. They're making their way back, but here Ghost is waiting.
And he's no longer waiting. There we go. Kronos will go down. There goes Noobster running into the sneaky little flanking M-Swag. And now Elusive, last player remaining. Not much HP. I was going to say 29, so I believe that was what he was on, but now no HP. Actually, only 10 seconds left there for Alpha Sydney, so had they not found that last kill, they would have had to rush a little bit to plant the bomb, but they would have got it down, and they had it under control anyway, picking up the frags, and that is a pretty clean 3-0 for them so far. They're going to be able to keep a lot. They're actually going to keep a lot of the rifles into this one, keeping a couple of Galils and a UMP, actually. Only one AK still for them on Buster, and the AWP out onto Kronos with a couple of M4s to support it as well, so this could be a bit of a nasty surprise here for Alpha City if they go too quickly, but look, as you said, look at the change up of speed. They are pouring into this site. Elusive waiting and drop. We'll get one. AJK will trade one out as well. Even trade so far. Cyb gets dinked. But the T is already on this B site. And as you said, that charge, that is what they needed to do. That's actually a fake plan. All right. Buster almost killing his teammate. Cyb on just 9 HP, but will escape with his life and not being taken from him by his team. And Kronos and Prack with the AWP and the M4 looking to save here. But talk to me about that B rush. That was so successful.
Yeah, and it just goes to show the depth of strategy shown here from Alpha City. I mean, just keep in mind for our viewers at home, this is Team Cypher's map pick, and Alpha Sydney are showing the goods here so early on into the half. I mean, we've seen the default, we've seen the B execute. They've just got about everything lined up here, and really, that's quite a scary prospect for Team Cypher. As I say that, a little bit of damage being thrown between the two teams, but at the end of the day, that's a 4-0 advantage here for Alpha Sydney.
Absolutely, and that's the first gun round taken as well without them even having to buy too much into it. They keep the guns that they used in the last few rounds. They only had a single AK going into that one, but with that brutal change of pace, charging onto the B side, they managed to make it work. Now Cypher going to be scratching a bit for a buy here, and we see Elusive going for the XM, so it'll be interesting to see where he uses this.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful, make sure to get those close range engagements. Still waiting to see where M-Swag can get his aggressive behavior going. You saw just a little bit of it towards one of those ecos, which he managed to push through drop and get behind the B players. Would be very interested to see if he can do more of that throughout this match. Prackham here looking for a nasty surprise though, as he gets that first frag onto Aries, but Demo responding well of his own.
And the Molotov to deny this position from Elusive in the drop with the XM. He's going to have to fall back for now, so he wants to be close there. He wants to be right under their heels if they do fall down with that auto shotgun, but they're going to deny it for now. M-Swag not choosing to go down there either, just waiting at the top of drop, daring someone to push B long. It's just been a key part, really, of the default we're seeing from Alpha Sydney so far. They're just sitting around waiting to be pushed. And while so far Cypher haven't given it for them, they're going to be ready when it happens. And it's not going to be pretty, I think. But this round, at least, is still a 4-on-4. Alpha Sydney do have the time to play this slow and careful style. They just have to be careful they don't fall into the trap that we were talking about, the Na'Vi style, the old Na'Vi style trap, or pardon me, the teams from the last map. I'm sorry, my brain is breaking. Who had that issue of not getting the bomb down in time, but thank you, Avant-Garde. We're having that issue on the last map, but looks like it's not going to be a problem for Alpha Sydney as they are moving now, getting the trade frags in towards the site. As I say that though, Noobs is going to run away with one of his own. Buster will trade it back 2-on-2, but 30 seconds, the bomb is going down. Time at least, not an issue for Alpha Sydney in this round.
Uh-oh, Cronus actually managing to hear out Mswag there, so Mswag doing a very good job of actually recognizing that as well. So avoiding danger here, but the XM10, or pistol I should say, being shown here from Elusive. He's got to get this frag fast or else Mswag to the rescue will come, and that indeed, that is a 5-0 lead here for Alpha Sydney. It's looking absolutely grim here for Cypher. They need to make sure that this game doesn't get too much out of their hands in terms of what they can do and solutions. I mean, they really need to work on getting those AWPs back up. We know how pivotal they are in this map, and correctly taking the decision to eco so that they can have the economy that breeds the double AWP setup.
Absolutely, the double AWP can be so effective on Cobblestone depending on how you use it. The other thing they could go for is, of course, just some simple aggression. That is always a good way to at least have a look, see if you can catch the teeth out early, but Alpha not really looking like a team who wants to be caught out too much. They're playing very slowly, very carefully. Not so slow that they run out of time, but still slowly enough that they don't run too hastily into any situations, apart from that one B rush, and that change of pace combined with the slower style was just so lethal for them that Cypher could do nothing to stop it. And so far, Cypher have done very little to stop Alpha Sydney, actually. It's only pistols here. That's a nice angle from Elusive, though. We'll get the one headshot. Was almost fed a second one. Not going to quite get it, but damage done to Mswag. And the pistol's looking good here. This be the round that spins it around for Cypher.
You wouldn't think so, but I mean, having this 5-4 advantage is certainly the great start to have. Mswag just peering over that drop area as the counter boost comes in. They will abort from that boost, so luckily for Cypher, they get away with their lives there, but really, this B execute's coming in, time's running down, and they're actually stacking at Brainstorm.
And here they go as well. Chrono's going to find one onto Ares after he gets traded out. All these CTs right now are looking for is even trades. That's all I need, and that's a good way to do it. Elusive will find himself one. Noobs are going through the smoke. Will get caught out as well. Actually, we're going to have double smoke plays here. This is a bit ridiculous. The HP on these guys is so low. The bomb is going to go down, but Prak stands a very good chance of doing this one. Buster, 11 HP. Mswag, 56. He's got a chance here, does Prak. Now he's coming in from this B long position. I think he knows where Buster is. Heard the flashback. Gets the second! There's a clutch out of Prak. Gets himself the 1v2. That was very nicely played. Position given away by Buster with that flashbang over towards drop. And Prak with a very, very nice read. Cleans it up. And that's a heck of a way for Cypher to finally get around on the board.
Yeah, and what's even more mind-bogglingly phenomenal from Prackham there is actually he threw the flashbang through that drop area, and that actually baited the Alpha Sydney players into thinking he was in drop, which we all know he wasn't. And when he got those first two picks, it was just absolutely phenomenal, and really just showing that he has a little bit more brain than just aim.
Which is always, you know, a good combination to have in Counter-Strike players.
Oh, that's a great couple shots there from Kronos. Buster and Ares will be dropped down yet again. So now it's all on Alpha Sydney to really respond with what they can. Mswag, the aggressive young gun from Alpha Sydney, manages to get two picks of his own. But now, 2 versus 2 situation after Demos equalize. Man, frags just going back and forth between the two teams here. AJK taking out Cyber now. All left on Demo's shoulder. The great CSS player we know. Coming here into Counter-Strike Go, just isn't able to do it as AJK peering just under that smoke, manages to get himself a 3k for that round and really putting Team Cypher on winning ways.
Absolutely, and Cypher's going to need a lot more where that came from if they want to get back into, put themselves back in contention here. They've finally broken the curse of being down 5 rounds and won themselves 2. The question will be if they're able to continue this, because Alpha Sydney are again coming at them with a buy here. It's 4 AKs and an AWP for them up against, well, 4 rifles, mixed rifles, twin M4s and an AK and an AWP. So this one's just going to be a straight out brawl. This is about as even as it gets. It's all going to be on who gets these picks first. There's some aggression down Noob Strike, so it's almost punished by that spray from Aries, but nothing doing just yet. That smoke is just obviously, hey guys, let's shoot through this. They actually see, I like that from Noobster. If you saw that in his spray, he knows that they've been playing a player up boosted, or at least he suspects, and he sprayed at that position first. Now this round there was no one there from Alpha Sydney to catch those bullets, but I do like that adjustment. Just Noobster showing with those 5 bullets, hey, I'm aware of what you're doing, and I'm prepared to stop it. And here's a boost actually. I believe that's going to be AJK going up onto the tree planter, so that might be a bit of an unsuspected angle if Alpha Sydney decide to commit here, which it looks like they're doing.
Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous for Alpha Sydney, especially with AJK in that tree position. Not many Molotovs, actually full utility for Alpha Sydney rather. A couple smokes being thrown over the top here. So much preparation being shown for Alpha, and here comes the B take.
Absolutely, here it comes, pouring in through these smokes. Aries finds himself one playing around the edges of that tree box, taking down Noobster. AJK here over by the drop, looking to do what he can, but it's a 5-on-4. M-Swag in a great position at the other T side of drop to change it up and stop the lurk. But speaking of changing it up, AJK finds 1, 2, and 3 there on the site, shutting it down. And now the bomb here has to go down with 30 seconds remaining. AJK is going to find his 4th. The ace will get shut down by M-Swag, but now it's a 3-on-1 here for him. And there's a flick out of Kronos. Very quick indeed, drops it. But AJK, what a hero, picking up 4 in that round. Single-handedly almost shuts down Alpha Sydney.
Yeah, I was almost certain that Alpha Sydney had that round in safe hands, but when you have a player such as AJK going full cylinders, completely off the chain, it's really difficult to know any certainty in winning a round, and that's exactly why. 3-5, now the score for Cypher. They're inching themselves back into this game as Alpha Sydney on a weaker bye than expected.
A weaker buy, but not necessarily, well, definitely not a useless buy. They do have the AWP, they do have an AK, Tech 9 on Aries, a couple of Galils out for Cyb and Dimo. So they can still work with this. Alpha Sydney have shown that they've been very dangerous. I mean, they won themselves the first 5 rounds straight, and the first 4 of those they won with a Galil and UMP buy, only a single AK they kept. So they're definitely dangerous with these, perhaps statistically at least, weaker weapons. But Cypher looking better now. They've turned this around a little bit. They do have 2 AKs, 2 M4s, and an AWP to do this one with. And they're playing a bit more passively, with the exception of Prak, who was pushed all the way down inside mid, getting that early info for his team. And if he pushes all the way out here, he could actually go out and catch out the bomb. But it looks like for now he's just going to be waiting. But the T's are moving past him. This position from Prak actually is about to be found out, I think. Nice shot from Buster Prak. They now know where he is. Demo will go down and trade him out. So nice work there. There's some opening up shots coming through. The bomb is down in mid, but it's already been recollected. Aries is going to grab that and upgrade himself to an AK-47 as well. And now there's a nice shot actually from the Galil of Dimo. Not something you expect to get the long-range headshots, but doing it. There's Noobster trying to do what he can, but Dimo gets himself his 3rd frag in the round now. And there's a nice, easy AWP shot for Buster to close it out. 3 players surviving for Alpha Sydney. Not even going to go for the bomb plant because they didn't have the time, but 6-3, they stop this little the little comeback that we had coming from Cypher, but they're not out of this one yet.
Yeah, Demo and Buster working in tandem with each other, getting 3 and 2 picks respectively. Of course, Demo getting those first few picks in the the underpass location rather, and Buster with that AWP. Haven't quite seen much from him in that sense, but now really turning up at this match, and 3-6 being the scoreline. You're right, isn't, you know, Alpha Sydney not quite out the gate yet, but in saying that, Team Cypher put back on the eco. Only pistol armor here for Prackham.
And he's the only one with armor as well. The rest of his teammates, apart from Noobster, do have the upgraded pistols, but no armor behind them. He's got a kit and he's got a Molotov. Sorry, an incendiary on the CT side, but not a lot of chance to do anything with it. His teammates might be able to get that kit and use it if he does go down, but that's really the only thing he can give them, apart from Noobster, who could upgrade his P2000 to a CZ, but that's about the only thing they have really going for them here. And Alpha Sydney, they've been so careful so far. I wouldn't be surprised to see them take this one slow and also take out this round. Here comes the Molotovs in to shut out any close positions. And AJK actually going to go charging through. It will be spotted out, and there's the spray coming through. Cyber eventually lands it. And now 3 nice shot Aries. It's anti-ego frags, but they're nice anti-ego frags, and now the pistols have it all to do. Kronos looking for a few cheeky shots, but will get taken down. His teammate just sitting there, letting him die. Not much doing with that one, and now Elusive's been found out. 12 HP, the T is pushing him, flanking him, he goes down, and now Prak the only one remaining, as we said, with the armor and the kit. Going to be hard for him to get a kill here as Swag shots him down and jumps through the window. That is a very clean anti-eco from Alpha Sydney. Not even 100 damage taken across all 5 players.
Yeah, great stuff being shown from Alpha Sydney, showing they have quite a lot of depth to their strategy, which is a little bit unfortunate for Team Cypher because we know this to be their map pick. They've actually also picked into one of Alpha Sydney's strengths, so they've got to be careful here coming into this series, but 7-3 will be the score so far in this 11th round. We can see the AWP on Cronus, which really is quite important here as Alpha Sydney make to look some A control. It is all for Prackham and AJK to defend.
Although Prack finds himself in this corner here, no, he gets AWP down, and there's the pick, there we go. Buster actually finds himself both entries. AJK sitting there for a second, trying to get around that corner, but Buster takes it down, gets the double kill on the entry towards A long, and just like that, it's a 3-on-5 already. Demo on just 1 HP, but Cyb looking to help with his teammates out. Will get and get the kill. Look at the health on these Ts, though. Admittedly, there's 5 of them, but not one of them is over 60 HP, and 4 of them are below 50, so not going to be easy. I mean, it's possible for the CTs. And look at this. I think here he's going. She's been spotted out. Noobs are pushing around with the pre-fire. Will take him down. The bomb is still not down here. It's 3-on-2. And there's almost no health from these guys. But Kronos missing that shot is going to be costly. Swag will spray him down. And now Noobster has 2 kills already. Is going to need a full ace to do this one. It's possible. He doesn't have a kit. He doesn't have head armor. Doesn't need it against AKs. They're so low that if he goes to this, he could do it. But he's just going to be sitting in mid. Potentially going to work his way through the B halls for exit frags. But not looking like an attempted clutch out of him today.
Yeah, I mean, what we saw from Alpha Sydney at the start of that round was quite strong, and for a moment there I got a little bit scared there for them as they moved their way over towards the B bomb site, but what that represents is Buster, the in-game leader of the lineup, having a lot of faith, or Aries rather, my apologies, having a lot of faith in his teammates. We saw Swag out on that B location. He was like, guys, there's no one here. Make your way over. I know that we can win this round. And really, he's gone and done that.
Which is going to be good because Alpha Sydney have managed to work their way towards 8 rounds already. We've had 12 rounds so far. Well, 11 rounds. This will be the 12th so far in this game. And Alpha Sydney have won 8 of them. That is a dominating performance for what I believe is not even their map pick. So Cypher going to be looking to get it into gear here. Noobs does have the AK save from the last round, but no head armor. Not too much of an issue when the other team do have full AKs and AWP, where head armor doesn't really make a difference, but would have been a nice thing to have perhaps if the pistols do come out on the Alpha Sydney side. But there's Noobster actually. 1 HP. Will get the frag on a demo and get away. So he's done his job. He's got himself 1 frag with that saved rifle, but I wouldn't be surprised if he throws that thing over to his teammate, or to a teammate now. Although he is hitting one with armor, but with 1 HP, a flashbang could kill him at this point.
Yeah, he's got to be careful where he steps around. Probably best for him to give his AK off to another CT player, but Alpha Sydney again playing that default setup and then a late push towards A. So at the moment, their intuition seems to be completely on point as they make their way towards the A site. You can see here Ghost throwing away that AK, or Noobster I should say, back to one of his teammates. He's moving over to the B bomb site, and now Cypher, I think they're starting to realise their mistake.
Possibly. The question will be, will they realise it in time? Now, AJK has had that AK thrown over to him. He has the advantage of 100 HP, but no armor, which means that aim punch is going to be an issue for him. Noobs are now playing close with just a P250, and here come the T's. Swag moving up the ramp, looking to do what he can. Will spot out Noobster, and he is down. AJK soon to follow. Swag with a double kill on the entry. Anti-eco, yes, but a double kill on the entry is a double kill on the entry, and now Elusive looking to do what he can. Does a lot of damage with that pistol, actually. Almost gets a kill off onto Aries, but misses the dink very, very narrowly. And now it's 3 CTs. They look like they're going to go for this one, try and do some damage if at all they can, but rifles are spread out and set up here for Alpha Sydney. I don't really see any way they can lose this match bar a gigantic misplay, and surely it'll just be a matter of mopping up now. Yeah, and I think you're right there. Elusive, fortunate enough to get away with one of the USPS frags there, but hold the phone just a moment. I almost thought he'd get that against MSwag, but no, not quite the case. And actually, that was an ace from MSwag. I was just about to mention how well he had been performing so early on in this match, but even more so now with 5 frags for himself. A double entry into that A site really got the ball rolling for Alpha Sydney, and now 9-3 up. He's doing it all. That was a very nice ace out of him. I didn't even notice that he picked up all the kills by himself because it just seemed so cool and relaxed while doing it, just running and getting all of the kills. His teammates, you know, Don't really need to do anything. They can just sit in his backpack for that round. Then he'll pick up all the kills himself. He has 8 kills in this game. 5 of them were in that round. If there's any time to wake up... Actually, no, I'm sorry. My thing at the bottom was misleading me. He has many more kills. He has 16. There's 17 in this game. My stats on the bottom were wrong. I do apologize for that. But there you go. 17 kills in this game. 5 of them in a single round. That's very impressive. Very nice out of him. And serves to shut down that anti-eco from Cypher pretty much single-handedly. But now they have a bye, and now things are getting difficult again for Alpha Sydney. If they win this one, they can get a few more rounds going on, but Cypher, this is their best chance to start to try and stop this.
What a great showing of versatility as well. It's all just a ruse, as the B-bomb site was actually the fake, and Cyb, moving his way up the A-ramp location, manages to get a pick on Kronos. Not quite checking his corners, but nevertheless, Demo is there to trade, and now 2 versus 2 here for the T side.
A winnable 2 versus 2, but a 2 versus 2 nonetheless. That's going to help though. Buster will find AJK, but Elusive, looking to compete, will actually take down Demo, and now it's a one-on-one. Elusive here against Buster. Buster's so close, Elusive snaps to him, and Buster caught looking the wrong way. Know where those bullets are coming from. Snaps to the doors where he thought he was. AWP did get thrown away by those bullets, so at least the CTs won't recover that, but unfortunate for Buster, misinterpreted or wasn't quite sure where his opponent was coming from and will go down, which means Cypher will win another round here, but 2 to go. If Alpha Sydney pick it up, we can still have Cypher facing down a 4-11 half.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's the scariest prospect of this all. I mean, Alpha Sydney getting those 11 rounds would be absolutely devastating. They are playing just a general default setup, which for the most part has been working out for them. Just a little bit unfortunate there in that 1 versus 1 for Buster. However, Cypher really just need to get themselves back into winning ways, and it all starts with some pushes such as this. But as I say that, Cyb going absolutely off the chain. That's a double kill for him, and now the B execute may just be the side of choice.
That was some sharp shooting out of Cyb there. Picks himself up, 2 kills, 2 headshots, takes 11 damage for his trouble. That was some incredibly nice entry work. Look at Prack though. Looking to do what he can to change this one up, pushing into mid. Could actually catch Buster out here as the AWP in close range is not favored, but Demo going to be there, bails out his teammate, drops Prack, and now Elusive and Kronos, the last 2 alive. Elusive here has been found out, I think, by Cyb. There we go. Cyb will get his 3rd kill of the round, and now Kronos 1-on-5, UMP, no kit, armor. I'm not going to say no clue because he at least knows where the T's are, but that's not going to make it easy for him. The smoke does at least allow him to escape, but there are players all over him. They're charging through the smoke with Glocks out. Going to give him an AK at least, but if he can make a 1-on-5 work with this AK, there's a headshot. Alright, I'm starting to believe Kronos. This is where it goes wrong. The bomb is still not down. There's an AWP shot miss from Buster. An opportunity, but Buster will pull out the pistol and finish him off. I was worried. For a second there, I was worried. But now, Cypher, economy in the bin. Alpha Sydney looking good to get the 11-4 here.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Cypher might just have a little bit of a chance in that round, but nevertheless, Alpha Sydney showing us why they're so skilled on this cobblestone map. MSwag going off the chain, but also Cyb doing his part every now and then, which is exactly what you want to be seeing. It's important for Cypher here to get that 5th round. We know 10-5 is so different, or so much better of a scoreline rather than 11-4.
Absolutely, it's much more recoverable because if you can win the pistol round, usually you'll win the first 3. If you're down 10-5, you can be at 10-8. If you're down 11-4, you're at... Okay, I will finish that line later as that smoke is not high enough to cover up that spot from Cyb, and HJK with a nice shot will take his head off. So that's 1 player down for the T's. That's not a good start, but they do still have a massive weapon advantage. The question is, are they going to run into this Mag 7 of Kronos in drop? That could be the one weapon that just shreds his attack if they choose to challenge it, but for now, looks like T's just want to go out there and get their explosive back. They need that thing to continue in this round. They're just going to try and jump out there. There we go. They will retrieve that. It's going to be on Aries. Dances out, strafes out, grabs the C4, and they're going to move back over towards the other site where Prack is actually waiting. Buster, I believe, on the entry frag with the AWP again, just clearing out these long angles so slowly while his teammates right behind him to back him up. And again, we see this pair of Demo and Buster. They seem to be the dynamic entry duo today. They're just moving around together. The AK and the AWP clearing angles, the AK backing him up, and seems to be working for him so far, but here comes this push. Now again, only pistols here, despite the number advantage for Cypher, but MSwag caught completely off guard. Demo will trade it, but here come the T's. Heavy damage on Kronos early. There is a player right in the smoke, not they know about it, although the T's are shutting this down. AJK finds another one, and almost, he will actually find another deagle shot, and now Buster, the last player remaining, 1-on-1 with AJK, who was right here. Oh, AJK is actually going to do it with the 4K. Buster trying to get the bomb. He only had 8 seconds remaining when he died. Had to do something there and couldn't get it done. So a 10-5 half. Alpha Sydney's still going to be happy with that, but AJK, a heroic effort to prevent being down 4-11.
Yeah, AJK seeming to be the spearhead for Team Cypher in this series. Of course, Alpha Sydney doing a great job for themselves, seen from Buster and Mswag, but if AJK can keep that performance up, especially heading into this T side, it may actually come of great use.
It may indeed, but here comes the pistol round. Now, Cypher taking the T side here. For themselves utility player, it's going to be on Kronos with a Molotov and a flashbang. Alpha Sydney just going for the all-aim approach with just full armor and their USPs. Actually, interestingly, no P2000s on this CT side of Alpha Sydney. They all prefer the USP, so it's just UMPs and armor, USPs, sorry, and armor. A very standard buy across the board, and there's Demo tapping out Crack, and here comes his push. Cyber with a lot of work to do, taps away, finds himself first, looking for that second kill onto Elusive. So many bullets, he's out of ammo. AJK is right above him. He gets a chance to reload, and he can get in there and take him down. That is Cyber going massive. The 4K all headshots. That reload that he was allowed to give was crucial in getting him that opportunity, but Cybe shuts it down. And now Alpha Sydney could potentially get up to 13-5 before the first gun round comes in.
Yeah, maybe just a bit of miscommunication there from Team Cypher. I mean, AJK just throwing in shots completely above Cybe without his presence even known. And really, that's going to give him the 4K for that round. And now, 11-5 the scoreline. Team Cypher looking to force Spy back into this. But really, after such phenomenal plays from all sorts of players from Alpha Sydney, it's looking grim.
It's looking very good for Alpha Sydney. Indeed, they do have the weapon advantage of this one. Look at the amount of UMPs they picked up as well. I have 3 of those things. Those are the good old money mopping machines. That's where they want to get all their income from. And that's actually Mswag with a lot of pressure. And we'll just back away, get the Molotov out as well. But here comes the T, straight at the drop. Aries going to pick it up. Demo taking more fights as well. 2 players on him, gets 1 and almost gets a second. Not going to get it done. Gets wallbang down by Noobs. Nice shot there. And here's AJK with the shoulder pick. He's found out the CT in the side as well, but the remainders coming in, including Cybe with the M4. He could be the difference maker here. It's a 3-on-3. Bomb is towards his position. And there's actually AJK taking down Buster. Nice jump out through the window there. 2-on-3. But look at this position from Aries all the way in. Defies the bomb plant. And my goodness, that spray. Gets 1, gets 2, and almost the 3rd. He gets the headshot. My goodness, Aries shutting it down. That's another 4K. I believe that's 2 in 2 rounds now from the CTs. What is going on here?
It's just play after play being shown from Alpha Sydney here. I mean, I was about to give credit to Team Cypher and how well they had actually done that round, and for the most part, I still do. They did a great job on that B site execute, but when you have players like Cybe, like Aries, just going absolutely off the charts in terms of frags and picks, I mean, what can you do on that Team Cypher side? And 12-5 being down now, it's really, really difficult, especially when such phenomenal plays are being shown from this Alpha Sydney roster.
I see. I think the answer to your question there is you can do when that's happening to you is die. Because that was just pure skill v skill, and Alpha Sydney turned out better. But here's a double kill actually from the Tech 9s. AJK down in drop, Kronos getting 1 as well. Cybe throwing the flank, looking to do what he can. Only has a 5-7 for whatever reason. But the bomb going down here, it's a 2-on-4. 2 of these players are very low on the T sides. This is doable for Alpha Sydney if they go for it. There we go. There's an SMG picked up for Cybe, and here's Buster looking to do what he can. Although Cyber's gone down. Now only Buster and Prak picking himself up the MP9, getting 2 headshots with that thing, closing up the round. Cypher are not out of this one yet. They still have fight left in them, but still a long uphill climb.
Yeah, and that was the kind of round I was expecting last round, actually, from Team Cypher. Everything was the same there. Everything was exactly displayed just as we'd expect, but the difference there was the difference maker named Aries. And now that that's not there, they managed to get themselves a 6th round on the board, but like you said, bit of an uphill struggle for these guys is even though these individual plays are coming in from players such as AJK, it's really the score that's reflecting such a difficult challenge for these guys coming into the 19th round.
Absolutely, and we do see the almost full deco here out of Alpha Sydney, just Mswag being a killjoy and having a PG-50, because, you know, who wants to do a full deco when you can have a deco on PG-50 that I can't give a snazzy name to? Like, who wants to help casters out? But SMG's out for Cypher. They do have themselves 2 UMPs, an MP9 stolen from the CT side, a MAC-10, and Elusive, the big gun, the backup, the assassin, I guess, with that AK, looking to pick up on all the damage that his teammates do. And for now, Cypher playing this one smart, staying together. They know they have the weapon advantage, and they can make a lot of money from these SMGs too, so it makes sense to stay together and just play. The long range is alright. Goodbye, Cypher. Kronos taps him out with the UMP, and here come the T's, flooding onto the A side, getting all of the frags. Cypher with 2 on the entry already. Mwave is the only player here left challenge. Finds 1, finds 2! My goodness, can he get any more done? He will not. Elusive. Nice shot there. Drops Ares, and Prak finished Demo. That was dangerous for a moment with Mwave on that PT-50. Almost got the 3rd kill as well, but couldn't get it over the line. Decent damage, but Cypher will find the 7th.
I was just about to say, not like this, not like this. Alpha Sydney almost about to go for it again, but credit where credit is due. Cypher grouping up together, going for that underpass location, and really putting the distance between themselves and this counter-terrorist, especially in that slope area, really results in their round win there on the 7th round for them. And now full buys come, or not quite full buys, but 4 grenades being shown here from Alpha Sydney, should I say. And if Cypher aren't careful here, they could be seeing a kaboom.
Classic nade stack tactics. I'd love to say there's a fancy name for this strategy too, but there's not. It's called a nade stack because I'm unimaginative. But if they throw all these at the right time, 4 grenades can absolutely tear through a full bot team. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3 grenades in. Decent damage done, but only on AJK, and he only has a UMP. So that's unfortunate for the CT side. They wanted to do much more with that. And now AJK just looking to do work with his UMP here. Will take down Demo. There we go. Red HP, but he'll get the kill. And now the T is going to be falling back. They've done the damage. They've got the initial kill. They're going to get out of here. Now they can press their advantage in numbers elsewhere on the map. And with only pistols up for Alpha City, and actually the spot from Prak is so smart. There we go. Drops Ares, just lurking around, waiting for this push to happen, and shuts it down. So now Cyber going to go for the fight with Prak, potentially. Just try and get any damage done that he can. Try and get a kill, but Prak turning his back to him. But now Prak knows, gets the 180 spray headshot. All right then. Now Prak heading straight out through the B doors. Finally, his reign of terror will be ended by Mwave, but he's now facing down an AK, which is one of those long-range weapons you really can't beat with an MP9, just avoiding his death through the drop window there, but surely will be going down just a second. Actually, we'll get 1, but AJK looking to finish it. There we go. Take him down with the UMP, gets himself a 2 frag in the round, a 2 kill on to Prak as well. And Cypher now only 4 rounds behind, looking good, bringing the fight back to Alpha Sydney finally.
Yeah, and it's all about closing the distance here for Team Cypher. I mean, they've done everything correctly so far. Right now, it's all about these entry picks and having AWPs on both sides here. Or actually, a double AWP being shown here from Demo and Buster. It's a very deep investment for them, and it's got to work out, or else you may just see Team Cypher knocking on their front doorstep.
And that's not a situation that Alpha Sydney want to be in. After the lead they've had, the lead they've gathered for themselves, they're on the verge here, potentially, of losing it. If they lose this round, economy, having a look at it, is not really going to be great at all. So this round is very, very important for them. But double AWP setup, that's very important, and that's one of them. Go on a very nice angle from Kronos there on that peak, drops Demo, and it looks like the B site is now going to be bomb side of choice for these T's. They are still lurking around this mid area, but the bomb is over here, and now that I've said that, they're going to make me look like a fool and fall back, but Cyber here still playing this window, daring these T's to push, and they are not going to do it. They're actually moving over towards mid now, which means bad news for Buster, because while he will have Cyber with him in just a moment, he's going to have to solo AWP hold this site, and that is not an easy thing to do on A, where you can have these angles coming, well, these players coming at you from 90-degree angles all the time. He's got to fall back to a better position and make sure he doesn't get caught transitioning. He will make it to the back of the site and take up a more favorable angle for himself. But these T's are actually rotating back towards B now, potentially. This has just been a fake for them, and they haven't even shown anything. It's purely based on time. They've allowed Alpha Sydney to think they must be rotating, so we will too. And that's going to be Ares completely caught off guard, and the T taking the B side.
Yeah, that's just a great showing of just strategy from Team Cypher. I mean, they didn't, go or get caught in the moment there, especially when Kronos, I believe, got that first pick in the at the start of the round 21. But now, just heading back, being patient, and then taking the B bomb site when it's needed really shows how strong Team Cypher can be on this T side. And now, Alpha, all they need to do is get away alive. And gosh, Cyber almost being taken away there as AJK puts in the Glock fire now. And really, the game is up here for Alpha Sydney. It's merely just a matter of time and how quickly the T's can get here. Interestingly enough, actually, Team Cypher are going to let them be. And what's interesting about that, I mean, they could actually push for the frags and try and get the kills. And it wouldn't quite be because, Team Cypher's save couldn't quite just be because they have high economy, but it's actually to enable Alpha Sydney to re-force buy into this round, but unfortunately that will not be the case for them, so an eco coming out here for Alpha Sydney, and Cypher closing that distance ever so more.
But this is pistol and armor. Admittedly not head armor, but against full AKs it doesn't really matter, so the M4 and the AWP could make a hero play here. Potentially. It'd be a difficult one. It's better than the solo AWP who had to make a hero play that we saw at the end of the last map.
Oh,
but, there's a chance, and that's a very good way to start. Buster with a quick little flick, shuts down Oopstar. Going to smoke off his A long, fall back into the A side. So nice work there from him in the early pick, covering off his own retreat with the smoke, and then falling back to be dangerous once again. That is textbook defensive AWP play, and that's very good for him and his team.
Hold the phone just a moment here as Prackham gets a 2K, almost making his third there onto... I believe that was Aries, but as I say that, AJK getting the next frag onto Demo. 2 versus 3 here for everyone. Buster doing a great job with those AWP picks, but it will amount to nothing as the bomb plant does come in and Alpha Sydney run home, tail between legs.
More importantly though, yes, tail between legs, open AK in hand. So that's, I mean, yeah, tail between your legs, but a gun in your hands is your tail can be not between your legs. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but point is, gun save for Alpha Sydney. And again, of course, you need to eventually win some rounds rather than just saving every time. They're better off keeping the guns than not, and especially having those can be very, very big difference makers on this defensive side. A single AWP can shut down 1 or 2 people. An AK with a good spray can shut down just everyone. But this spot from Mwave could be about to be found out. They actually go past him. He gets a single kill. And no more. But the AWP on Buster at least will stay alive. So 1 for 1, not terrible, but not great for their economy either.
Yeah, not too bad whatsoever, but 10-12 being the score now. Alpha Sydney got to be absolutely careful here in what they do in these next couple rounds. Double AWP setup coming out again. We did see a little bit of success from them earlier, however, it is a great investment and they need to make sure that they take the round win because Cypher are just getting ever so closer to that equalised scoreline. A little bit of slow play being shown here from Team Cypher, waiting to see what Alpha Sydney are doing, and really this could be their downfall because we know those long range engagements do favour towards the AWP, and if Alpha Sydney, or Buster and Demo rather, go for those engagements, they might just take away with the victory.
Very possibly, but it's not going to be easy for either team right now. This round, the double AWP is out again for Alpha Sydney. Demo did get taken down early the last time this happened. Just, I believe it was Kronos finding a very sneaky angle on to B long and dropping him. So the double AWP didn't really get a chance to be effective. Love to see if that changes up this time, but 4 players here over towards the B site and the bomb going over towards A. It's again going to be Buster, the solo AWP anchoring this side of the map. Side moving over to join him now. And again, these reads from Alpha Sydney, they're just moving so early based off really not that much at all. But in this occasion, they are right. That is a beautiful flashbang from Side. Just takes down the entire team, but this peek from Noobster could be so good. Does go for the pre-fire, but his target has escaped. And nice shot. Looking down Buster. That's the... Here comes this push. Rotation blocked off with smoke for the CTs. They've got to get in there now. Side has to pull off something massive here. Mwave waiting in the wings, actually. And all the CTs get this one. Some take quickly enough.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And as the take comes in here, Prackham on the flank, 10 seconds on the clock, gets the first pick, but really time is of the essence here, and Cybe is well aware of that. Demo and Cybe chiming in together to get Prackham and Elusive. 13-10 will be the score now for Alpha Sydney, and really, that double AWP setup rings true how those takes just come in from Team Cypher rather, and it doesn't quite work out for them as Alpha Sydney are just a couple rounds away from victory here. I was almost thinking that Team Cypher, well, in saying that, Team Cypher do have a little bit more of a chance, but they need to be careful. The economy is running low, and really, it comes down to this make or break round.
Absolutely, and the double AWP out again here for Alpha Sydney. Now, I am having a few lag issues at the moment. I apologize if that makes me hard to understand. I'm doing my best to try and fix that, but in the meantime, we're going to push through. I'll have a closer look at my internet in between maps. If you are international and you're not aware of the struggles of Australian internet, it's pretty bad, but we're going to do what we can here anyway. Looks like a B play going to be coming out again, but the lurkers for Cypher are actually quite over towards A. They've got the 2 players there. They're playing this quite smartly in terms of map control. Yeah, they do commit a couple players in the bomb to one side, but they also spread out, and they allow their teammates to have a look and see if they can figure out anything else about this Alpha Sydney side. And so far, it's been working pretty well for them.
Yeah, you're right, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to those frags, and none have been exchanged just as of yet. A little bit of bait play being shown here from Noobster, which is really good to see, just scouting out the map, making sure that A site's clear. Although, at the same time, AJK here in the drop area, doing much of the same work, but here come the smokes raining in. Alpha Sydney suspecting it might actually be a B take, but they would be incorrect as AJK puts the map in half, and now rotates are going to be very difficult.
Very difficult indeed. AJK here still moving in. We'll pick up the 1 kill there. Pratt gets another one as well. B site open for business. Swag and a 1-on-5. This is actually this bomb going down on the A site. My apologies. Nice shooting there from Swag. Drops both players on B, but 10 HP. Going to be falling out of this one, you would think. The bomb's going to go down. He's just going to want to save his gun and get out of there. But Cypher refusing to go down without a fight here.
Yeah, and probably what's best about this in hindsight is that Cypher are able to actually pick up a round victory just after losing one. So that will set Alpha Sydney back on their economy, which means ever so more importance here for MSwag, and that he gets away alive here. But as I say that, Kronos not quite suspecting where his location will be. So turns out MSwag will get away with his life there behind the stables in T-spawn rather, and now 13-11. Alpha Sydney got to be careful here, especially in terms of their economy.
Yeah, that right there is a good old-fashioned reset. They won that last round, round 23, immediately lost round 24, and look at their money here. $3,000 on MSwag, $2,000 or below, or $2,150 or below for the rest of the squad from Alpha Sydney. That's just not a good time for them. They've got to try and make this work with the AWP on MSwag, admittedly. He does have that, but only USPs for the rest of them. They're actually just going for a good old power stack over here. 3 USPs. AJK here going to have to do some fancy shooting to kill them all. Spots out the first one. Looking for the kills. Gets the second. There is another one. Actually, no, Prack already killed Buster while I was looking the other way. And now, Noobster will at least be taken down by Ares. That's an AK and an AWP up for Alpha Sydney now, but they really should look at saving this. I'm not sure they have the economy to be challenging right now. Yeah,
you're absolutely right, and they'd be actually quite fortunate to get away with these weapons. An AWP and an AK, adding up to about 10k worth of economy here for Alpha Sydney. So for an eco round, not too bad of a prospect, but at the same time, the scoreline here getting ever so closer for Team Cypher. It's well within the realm of possibility. The victory is just about in grasp distance here for both teams. They need to be careful in how they approach these next couple rounds. Team Cypher, of course, doing a great job putting pressure through the right areas, A-long, working to be, turning out to be quite the great area to push, and what that actually does is show that Team Cypher are happy to go any section of the map, and that's really going to put quite a lot of doubt in the minds of Alpha Sydney. Doubt indeed, as well as we actually see attack pause being shown here from Alpha Sydney. If there's any time to call it, certainly now. I mean, in terms of what Buster or Ares would be saying to their players, probably just to emotionally reset, make sure to stay cool, calm and collected. We got this first buy round in, we can make it happen. It's as far as they're aware, it's a 50-50 round, and both teams buying up completely into this round. And what's important here is that we see phenomenal plays from Buster having that AWP. I've said this time and time again how the long-range engagements for Cobblestone comes of great importance, and really, if Buster can get the ball rolling, it could really put things in a great way for Alpha Sydney.
Very possibly it could indeed. Now, I think I'm having a few lag issues here, and I do apologize for that, but I'm doing what I can. I'll have a look at that in between maps. For now, we do have this pause here. Alpha Sydney, their lead has diminished to just 1 round. They do still have a buy together here. They've got themselves some rifles, and they've got themselves an AWP, but then again, so Team Cypher. If Alpha Sydney can take this, they can put themselves back towards, 1 round off match point, 2 rounds off taking them out. That'd be great for them. If they lose this, looking at their economy right now, they have essentially nothing. If Alpha Sydney lose this game, or lose this round, they could be staring down map point very, very quickly. So this one's going to be all important for them. As the unpause comes through, this round could decide the game right here.
Yeah, I think you're right, Brainstorm, and really, it's going to be interesting to see how each of the teams approach their sides. I mentioned before, Buster needing to do a lot with that AWP, but at the same time, we need to see great entry frags being shown from perhaps AJK. I mean, he has been doing a great job on this T side. A little bit of drop and B long control shown from Team Cypher. Not quite any frags being traded just as of yet, but I'm sure well within due time we will actually be seeing something here. Kronos being flashed out a little bit with that AWP. I almost thought he was going to get an engagement there against Buster. You can see him on that B plat, so he's actually read into the situation and how he needs to get those first entry frags with the AWP, so putting him in a prime position to deal with that aggression. Not quite paying off just yet, but not to worry, only 50 seconds into this round, and now Team Cypher all to do.
All to do indeed. That is a very accurate observation here. While they are in the driving seat in terms of economy, they're still down in terms of rounds. They've got to make this one happen. It's a nice smoke there, actually, just block out that little angle that Cyber was peeking through, but no one's going to be challenging it for now. The bomb still out towards the top of Team Mid. It's actually going to be Elusive going back to pick that one up now. Looking to head over towards B with that thing. Actually, no, going in through mid while his teammates go out B. It's Cypher actually playing a very nice game here of faking all over the map, and there's some kills coming through, actually. Educated finds one at B. Cyber tries to trade out in mid, gets Noobster, but Elusive will drop him 4 on 3. And now Aries actually evening it up. Mwave looking to do what he can too, but he's up against AJK. He's been very good with his entry frags recently and will find another. It's now a 2 on 2. This position from Aries could potentially get found out. He might get caught turning away. He will manage to turn around and defend the bomb, which means that now Alpha on, Aries on a 3K. Looked at the team name rather than the player name, but Aries got a 3K. Demo finishes it off. Alpha Sydney winning that round, and the economy from Cypher is rock solid. But this at least gives Alpha Sydney a chance to stabilize here late in this match.
Yeah, what a chaotic round shown from both teams. Alpha Sydney fortunate enough to get away with that, especially with Aries' phenomenal play out towards that A-long area. Now heading into this 27th round, you said before how that round win practically dictates the map win here for Alpha Sydney, but at the same time, Team Cypher having quite a lot of economy, they are also able to buy themselves, so not quite done and dusted just as of yet. We can see here Noobster spraying into the smoke. A lot of aggression being shown from the CT players. Buster changing up his position as well, moving away from that B plat area into the A long. It just shows that Alpha Sydney have a lot up their back pocket here, and really they're still maintaining map control, and that's really going to become of great importance, especially as this clock whittles down.
Absolutely, and it looks like the play is going to be over towards the B side here as my ping spikes dangerously. I do apologize for that. Hopefully I'm still legible. If not, I will let Deadline take over. But looks like this play will be towards B for now. Actually, I will leave this one to you while I wait for my ping to recover.
Roger that, and as I say that, AJK getting the pick onto Aries, Mswag responding well as well, but this spot right here from Demo really changes things as he gets the first pick. Noobster getting the return frag onto him. The bomb will come down as a plant now. 2 versus 3 situation here for each of the players. Buster coming in from that flank, like I said, playing A long, but AJK, the man of the match, he cracks the 30 bomb and gets that frag onto Cyber, and really, that's put themselves right back into position of winning this game, rather, as I said, 31 frags for AJK. If there's ever a time he wanted this team to win, it's right now, and he's really showing it here today.
And looks like we could be going to a full 30 rounds here. I wouldn't be surprised seeing how this is going if we do make our way to an overtime eventually, but everything tonight has been a little bit late as it is, so hopefully that will not be the case. But of course, we are here not because we need to sleep, but because we enjoy exciting Counter-Strike. So overtime would certainly be a continuation of that. But for now, one round separates these teams. Alpha Sydney on a complete eco here. They are trying to save to still go for the win, play for that 16-14 if at all they can. They're giving Cypher 14 rounds at this point. They have to. There's not really too much option with the amount of money they have, which is very little. They're getting very aggressive here, though. I do like this. They know now that this hit is not coming B, but it's already on A. There is 5 players there with lots of weaponry, and the bomb is down. So, decent information out of Alpha, but a bit too late to do anything about this.
Yeah, a bit too late indeed, but, you know, as you said, the economy just so low for Alpha Sydney. It's not like we're expecting a round win anyways, but just grouping up together with these USPs, if they manage to get this frag onto Kronos, they could run away with that AWP. And really, we've talked about how important the economy plays into this, and with Alpha Sydney just getting E-code, well, not E-code rather, but money reset, it's going to be important that they get as many weapons away as possible. Here we go. AJK with the first few spray downs. The man of the match manages to pick up 3 frags of his own, and that's exactly what we're talking about. He's having an absolute stellar performance here today. 14-4 is the score. We can see here, 14-14 rather, should I say, round 29 on the board for each of the players, and now the last hoorah here for Alpha Sydney is coming through.
And we're going to the 30 rounds here, no matter what. The question is, can Alpha Sydney regain, get themselves to 15, maybe to 16-14, or will we see overtime, or will we see Cypher taking it out? It's worth noting, AJK, 34 kills, 18 deaths, a monstrous performance from him. The next closest on his team is Prak on 18. So AJK really putting his team in his backpack and carrying them home. They're at least trying his best to. They're not home yet. There is 2 rounds left to play if we don't make it to overtime. This one's not going to be easy for either team. Cypher here do have a little bit of momentum behind them, having won the last 2 rounds, and they do have the superior weaponry and more utility as well. So possibly this one favoring them, but Alpha Sydney can never be counted out from what we've seen of them tonight. Looks like we're going to have almost a drop play come in, but Tees don't want to do it for now. They know how important these rounds are to both sides. Every single one of the 10 players in this server knows what this round means to their team, and nobody wants to be the first to die. Nobody wants to be that potential death, which means their team loses out, and you can see that in just how careful they're being. But 3 players towards B for the Tees, moving along B long. With that AWP is Kronos, looking like he wants to go for an early pick. Prak to back him up if anything goes too wrong, but he's going to fall back now with that AWP is Kronos. Grab himself the bomb, and oh my goodness, look at Buster. This position from him is so important. He is completely behind both halves of the terrorist force, and I think he will just make it into the B halls, and the Tees will not catch him. The Tees are going to be going out onto A, but he can shut this whole thing down. They have no idea he's here. If he goes long, which he's going to, no, it looks like he might go long instead. AJK has no idea. There is 15 seconds. He can shut this whole thing right down right now. Buster gets in a bit late, misses the kill. Bomb is on the side, looking to go down, planting right now. Planting that thing. They've got to try and deny that, and he will as well. That's going to be the round, and there we go. It's done. Buster gets the kill on the last side player. Elusive, way too far off to do about that. Buster grabbing himself the AWP as well, and Alpha Sydney, against all odds, get themselves to map point first.
Such a chaotic round there, shown from just about both teams, but Demo playing in the chicken coop location, understanding the time between these two teams, or the timings, I should say, as he gets the bomb defuse frag, or the bomb plant frag, I should say, onto the unsuspecting T player, and now 14 up, going to the absolute limit, like you said before, Brainstorm. 30 rounds in this first map, of course, and Alpha Sydney are just that close, or just within arm's reach of snagging this first map victory.
But this one's going to be so close no matter who takes it here. This is down to the wire. We could even see overtime here if this one does not go Alpha Sydney's way. But again, each team being so careful. Nobody wants to be that first death. No one wants to be like, all right, boys, cool. I've done nothing, or I've got 1 kill and I'm dead. It's up to you to do the rest. Everyone wants to stay in this. And you can see, just look how careful everyone is being. There is no one holding aggressive angles on either side. The most aggressive person in the entire map, pretty much, is going to be AJK, who's already down drop, throwing a smoke to cover himself. If they push that, he could go down with not actually knowing about it, but Aries going to read that. Actually, Buster there ready for the window. Aries has had that call. He's going to throw a flash to support his teammates, and Prak. Flash is actually going to be too late, and Prak's going to jump down, find the first kill. This is it now. Prak here on the entry, going to try and shut down Alpha Sydney by himself. Nice flick from Buster, shuts down AJK. Buster actually getting himself 2 kills there out of nowhere. This could be it. This could be over, and it almost is 1-on-3 now. Elusive with the world on his shoulders, has to go out there, get that bomb. 20 seconds remaining, throws a smoke, bounces it down, flash over the top of the wall to try and get himself in there. There's a player close in front of him, won't even get that kill. Aries will take it, and Alpha Sydney against, not even against all odds, but in a very, very close fight, will take Stone 16-14.
Yeah, fantastic stuff being shown from both teams, but it will be Alpha Sydney taking this map away. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, Corvidae versus Avant. Avant took that Series 2-0. We're here in the last map. It will actually be Cage, so stay with us.